Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're looking at this, this is part of the, Halloween season, which is coming up. But I have a story to tell about some paranormal experiences that I had while I was in California. So I had an event in Burbank, and this was on I'm trying to figure out, it was on the 13th of August in Burbank, and it was very, very interesting. It went really, really well, exceptionally well. Um, I met a lot of my, beautiful souls, and my rays of light that were, there. So I'm very grateful for that. But what I didn't get to tell them during the whole time was that after the event, my friend and I, we went back to my hotel room, and we were in the hotel, and she was sleeping on the sofa bed in the hotel room, and I was on the bed. And right next to my bed, there was a radio, like a radio clock. I guess like it's a clock radio plugged in, and I had been there the night before myself, and I didn't have any paranormal experiences. But she is super psychic, like I am, and we were just getting ready to wind down for the evening. We were talking. She was on her phone, I was on mine, and I was like already kind of closing my eyes, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Ray, do you hear that?" I was like, "Hear what?" So I jumped up from my bed, and I was like, "What am I hearing?" And I heard this, the radio turned on by itself. It was like kind of like when you hear crackle sound, like a TV goes gray to a gray screen, like older TV sets. Yeah, it did that. And then she shot up and she's like, "Ray, I feel like an energy," because she's so sensitive to energy, just like I am. I'm kind of not spooked usually by paranormal experiences because it's been a part of my entire life, having in paranormal experiences. But yeah, this was quite different. So I was like, it's gonna be fine. Just go back to sleep. So she was again trying to, to go back to rest, and I kid you not, no later than 5 minutes later, we got up again. I heard it this time. It went, and it was like really, really loud. And then she jumped into bed with me. Again, we're not couples. Hello, I'm super gay, right? But she's like my best friend. And so she she got on the other side of the bed and she got under the covers. It was so funny. I'm not making fun of her. I think she's adorable. But I got up and I decided to unplug the clock because I was like, okay, spirit is being facetious. And basically, I decided to go ahead and get back in bed. And as soon as I did, we heard the disembodied voice of a woman, a female, in the room, and she went. It was like almost like they were trying to get a rise out of us. Well, the whole thing is here, like a lot of people are not aware of, but this whole section of Burbank that I was in, not too far away there, where the hotel was, like there is actually a mountain ridge, or like the mountains or rock formations. I guess you call them the hills. I call them like mountains because it is North Hollywood, right? But when I got there the first day and I got off of my vehicle from the airport, my Uber ride, and I got to the hotel, right when I was dropped off, I could feel like a vortex. And so, like, let me explain this. 'Cause a lot of people that are tuning in that have spiritual abilities, you may have felt something similar and you don't understand what it is. But what I felt was like, when I put my feet on the ground, I felt this energy where like I feel like my legs were shaky and almost like I wanted to fall through into the ground, but it feels almost like you get dizzy in the moment, and it takes a moment for it to go away. It lasts like a brief second, but usually how it feels is like my feet feel like jelly, or my legs feel like jelly, and almost like that's how I describe it. And you feel like you want to like fall through, but you're not, and you get dizzy in the moment. So I knew there was a vortex there, and then when I was going through the corridor of this this hotel room to get to my room. It's an outdoor corridor kind of situation. It was just very eerie, the energy, and I felt like there was this one section right outside my room which had a rail and you could oversee the mountains that looked very, very weird. Well, this all happened on Friday, and then Saturday my friend came. Saturday night, we after the event, we had this experience. But when she arrived Saturday, we went out to Beverly Hills and to the Hollywood Hills, and We drove around and we walked all around Rodeo and Beverly Hills and whatnot. And the energy that I kept feeling through the hills as she was driving was the same energy that I felt in Burbank. This is old Hollywood. This is the haunted area. These are the older Hollywood homes, that have been there for since like the 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s. I don't know. I don't know all the history, but I felt a lot of spiritual activity. Kind of feels like when you're going down. I don't know if it's a canyon road or what it's called, but it's in part before you get to road to before you get to Beverly Hills. There's this part where you go like up the hills and it's just like winding and winding and winding. But it just felt very creepy and very eerie. The homes, it feels like how I describe it is the hairs on the ends of your skin or your neck, the back of your neck want to stand up, and you kind of feel like you're being watched. And it's like this kind of like feeling of anxiety that you feel, or at least I felt that, but I didn't feel sick because again, I'm used to this. It's no different than me channeling spirits. But I just felt like more than any other place because I'm from Texas. I'm a Texas. I'm not necessarily country boy, but I do come from a town that's more country. And I just feel like it felt supercharged, like more charged than I've ever experienced in any other place. So California is literally lit by spirits. I'm not kidding you. Every single corner. I think this is why a lot of people gravitate towards it, towards this place. And because you have to also think, my friend also made a good point about this too. When you think about California, this is a place of dreams where dreams are made of, just like the USA, but like California, this is where people go out to chase careers as actors, models, actresses, and they are singing careers, and a lot of them fail. So it's like a city of shattered dreams too. And in reality, like a lot of that is residual energy of the living and the dead. A lot of people commit suicide because they can't handle the energy in California. I'm not saying like in general, like they can't handle California. There's nothing wrong with California. I'm just saying they can't handle certain things in certain areas, especially if there are vortexes like what I felt, which are areas that are supercharged and basically are doorways to the other side where spirits are just coming in and out constantly. So what we did Saturday night, going back to that, what happened, after that all happened, we sat in bed, we held hands, and we said some prayers. And we said, we now close all portals that have been open on this property or that have been here, for a long time. We close them and we seal them to never be reopened again in God's white light. And literally, like we felt the energy in the room change. And I don't know exactly the same verbiage that we used, but in the moment, I said the prayer and I facilitated the prayer, and she, said it with me, and it felt like the whole atmosphere changed completely. It was a lot lighter, more light filled, and it felt more comfortable. And we both slept good throughout the whole night, into the morning. But I then also had another experience with a friend of mine who I simply adore, Loretta, and her and her daughter and I, we both went to Malibu. We went on the beach, and it was a very, very beautiful day. I can tell you, like Malibu's a whole different world. When you're near the water, it's like 70 degrees, and it feels like a fan's blowing on you, and the sun doesn't even burn you. But well, it probably does burn you, but you don't feel it. And we were sitting down on the sand, on a beach towel, and essentially what happened was that there was some fleas, or not even fleas, like I guess they were like flies, and they just appeared all over, like they just were swarming again around us. We took that as a sign like we were not wanted there, so we got up and we're about to leave, and I was like, wait, let's see what happens. So we all waited, and we sat back down and it stopped. Well, it turns out that my friend's daughter, who is also my friend, she is going through some changes in her life. And long story short, she's going to end up working or potentially attending, um, somewhere like at a university or a research facility, I believe, for her career, where the professor, or she'll be studying flies. So we made the connection thereafter. The message was for her, not for me or my friend Loretta. It was actually for her, and it was so hilarious because we find when it clicked. See, that's how spirit works. They use sometimes insects, butterflies, caterpillars, butterflies, even flies. Yes, simple as flies to get their message across. And so when she showed me like what she would be studying, I was like, Simone, this is it. It's the flies. It's the flies. We just started hollering and laughing, like we made the connection. But again, sometimes it's hard to understand spirit, even as mediums ourselves. We don't always get a very clear message from spirit about what it is. But I can tell you that, yeah, if you ever are looking for one place in the world which is supercharged, I don't know about the entire state of California because I haven't been to like different areas of like the Bay, and I haven't been further down like San Bernardino and those areas. But I can tell you that LA is supercharged with spirit activity and a lot of other activity too, that is not necessarily good energy. So very, very interesting. But I would love to go back to California and explore other places that are deemed haunted, or just to even. So I look forward to future trips out there. It definitely was an experience, but I can't say that I did not enjoy it. I really did, every aspect of it. So yeah, this was my haunted story time. I hope you enjoy this video, and share your experiences in the comment section below. All right. I love you guys so, so much. Until next time. Bye.